Hello everyone and welcome to today's lesson. So today I want to explain to you the map function which you can use to transform the elements inside an array. And I want to explain this by a little example. And for this example I have prepared two classes. The first class is called student and it has a property called name, and the name is of type string. And then I have prepared a class that is called Awesome Engineer. It also has a property called name, and this property also is of type string. And then, of course, both classes have an initializer that takes the name as an argument, and we assign the argument to the property right here. So, as I already mentioned, the map function, it only works on arrays, so I first need an array. So let me quickly show you the list of students that I have prepared right here. And as you can see, this is all the students that are part of the Make School class 2018. So I have taken all the students and put them inside an array. And this array, of course, right now is of type student, because it only contains students. So what I want to do now, because after 2018, of course, all you guys will be awesome engineers. So we have to make sure that in the future, you're not a student anymore, but rather an awesome engineer. So what I will do, I will create a new array called awesome engineers. And now I will take the array that I already created before, and I will call the map function on this array. And how the map function works is that I can pass in a closure, and the closure has one argument, and that argument is the student itself. And this is the trailing closure syntax. So I pass the closure as an argument, and now I can transform this student into a different object. And in this case, this is an awesome engineer. So all I have to do here is return the awesome engineer, which I initialize with the name of the student. And if we now want to check what's in the awesome engineers, we will see that this is now a list of all the students which you have seen in the array before. If I click on this, I think I can actually see all the students which now have become awesome engineers. And that's great. That's the map function. Wait, what? It's not a regular lecture today. Farewell? What? Hey guys. So I hope you enjoyed my lesson, and hopefully you also know how to use the map function now. But of course, I wanted to talk to you and give you a little bit of an update as to what has been happening in my life. But first of all, I really want to thank you for the video that you recorded. This made me so happy. It was just great to see all your faces again, hear your voices, and especially hearing all these kind words made me incredibly happy. So thank you so much for that video. And was that Mark Zuckerberg in the last scene? How did you convince him to join the show? Crazy. Thank you. All right. So, and of course, I also wanted to give you a little bit of an update as to what's happening to me. Because as you might imagine, the last weeks have been a little bit of a roller coaster ride for me. Since I couldn't enter the country anymore after Thanksgiving, I was like crazy sad that I couldn't finish the semester review, that I wouldn't see all the great things that you built for Demo Day, and just not being in San Francisco, not being around Make School anymore. This was just a shock. Like I planned to stay there for the next couple of years, and then from one day to another, I couldn't enter the country anymore. I was at the edge of getting depressed, but on the other hand, like I considered becoming depressed, but then I thought it doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help me, it doesn't help you guys. So I decided not to become depressed and somehow tried to make the best out of the situation. And at the same time, I have to say, I got all the support from Make School that I could have imagined. So Ashu and Jeremy were incredibly supportive. They initiated all the contacts to the lawyers. We were trying to figure out a strategy for my visa to get me back to San Francisco as soon as possible, which turns out to be a bit complicated right now because since I got rejected from entering the US, I also got a ban to re-enter the country. At least with the tourist visa. So whenever I want to enter the country right now, I actually need to apply for a regular visa. And then I also need to get a waiver to get the ban removed. So it's still possible for me to come to the US, but it's just a lot more complicated. And there also is a certain degree of uncertainty whether it would work out at all. Wait, why are the lights on? Well, never mind. So, there was a scenario where I could have come back to San Francisco maybe in October or November and be a Make School instructor again. But there still was this degree of uncertainty whether it would work out, whether I would get the ban removed. And then it was also still a couple of months away, and I would have had to bridge that time somehow. So I actually still was eager to follow the plan, and as I said, I was supported by Ashu and Jeremy, and they wanted to keep me in the team, which also made me really happy. But then something very unexpected happened, and that was that a friend of mine who is working at a startup in Berlin actually asked me if I was interested in joining their startup, and they invited me over to work with them for a trial period. And so I have actually been working with the startup for the last 2 weeks in Berlin. And they now made me an offer to join them. And I wouldn't have even considered it if it wasn't a company and a product that I'm really, really excited about. And what they're building is a backend as a service that is based on GraphQL. And GraphQL is an API design paradigm that is following REST and that was introduced by Facebook last year. And it's a really exciting technology. And they're building a backend as a service. So it's a really technical product. And I'm just really excited about every single aspect of that company. So I think they have a great product. They have a really, really smart team so far. So I'll be the 5th employee. And I know all the 4 team members right now. Really smart guys. They are very active in the GraphQL community. So they are going to organize the GraphQL Europe conference in May, where they're going to have the co-inventor of GraphQL as a keynote speaker. They're doing a lot of open source work, providing a lot of learning materials to the GraphQL community. It's a really exciting company, and I just couldn't say no because they're hitting so many sweet spots in what I appreciate in a company that I decided to leave my plans for coming back to San Francisco anytime soon and joining them in Berlin. At the same time, I'm 100% sure that I am going to see all of you again. So certainly I'll be back in San Francisco sooner or later. In fact, the startup, it's called GraphCool. They're going into Y Combinator next summer, and they're also planning to open a San Francisco office as soon as possible. So again, there is the scenario where I could be back in San Francisco in maybe a year or 1.5 years. And then I'll see all of you again, which I am already really excited about and looking forward to. So I don't consider this farewell. Maybe farewell for a limited period of time, but certainly not farewell forever. And I guess that leaves me with saying thank you. Thank you so much to all of you for the great time that I could spend with you. Being an instructor at the Make School Product College was easily among the best and most exciting times of my life. I've learned so much. You guys were a huge inspiration to me. And until today, I'm amazed by the community that you've built in that short amount of time. So let's definitely stay in touch. You can always reach out to me, even with technical questions. But if you do, make sure to post them on Stack Overflow before. And make sure that you take advantage of the amazing instructor team that you have around you. These are easily the best instructors in the world, and they are going to do everything to help you succeed and support you. So make sure to take advantage of this and keep on working hard and staying positive, even when the times become a little bit harder. And it's not only the instructors that are working hard to support you and make you succeed, but the whole Make School team. And I also want to thank all the Make School staff members for the great time I had in San Francisco. Special thanks, of course, to Ashu and Jeremy and all the instructors, Browse, Alan, Mitchell, Shannon, and Dan. I really, really enjoyed working with you, and I really hope to see all of you soon again. All right, but now enough with the sentimentalities. I think we have had enough of this now. So I wish you all a great demo day, all the best, and I hope that everything turns out exactly as you wish for. And I wish every one of you all the best for the future. See you soon. What? What do you mean you will be late? You cannot be late. This is not acceptable. You have to be on time. Punctuality is very important. Americans.